Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ageless Mind and Body, where we uncover real science and real solutions to help you live stronger, longer, and with purpose at every stage of life. I'm Dr. John Miller, a men's sexual health and gynecology specialist with over 20 years of experience helping patients reclaim their vitality and confidence. And today we're diving into a topic that most doctors won't bring up at your routine checkup, but it might just be the one thing that could change how you age. Let me ask you this: have you stopped masturbating as you've gotten older? If so, you're not alone. But what you might not realize is that stopping could be silently harming your health. Your prostate isn't just sitting there. It's an active living organ that needs to move, drain, and stay healthy. Without regular ejaculation, the fluid inside your prostate can become stagnant. Over time, that leads to inflammation, swelling, and a condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. The symptoms: weak urine stream getting up multiple times at night, constant pressure in the bladder, and in many cases, it can spiral into infections or even require catheterization. Here's what the science tells us: men who ejaculate around 21 times a month are shown to have a lower risk of prostate cancer. That's right. Regular ejaculation helps flush out old fluids, supports prostate function, and reduces the buildup that can lead to more serious issues. In this episode, I'll walk you through what's really going on inside your body and what you can do about it starting today. Because aging well isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. Let's get into it. As we age, it's common to blame memory lapses, mental fog, and emotional flatness on simply getting older. But emerging science and decades of clinical experience reveal something deeper. Something many men never consider: the silent impact of declining sexual activity, especially self-intimacy, on brain function. Masturbation, often dismissed as a private or even trivial matter, is actually a powerful biological process that plays a vital role in supporting mental clarity and emotional resilience. When you engage in regular self-stimulation, your brain responds by releasing a surge of powerful neurochemicals: dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. These substances are not just about feeling good in the moment, they're fundamental to how your brain functions. Dopamine boosts motivation, and attention serotonin helps regulate mood and emotional stability, and oxytocin fosters feelings of connection, calm, and overall psychological well-being. But when this process stops, when sexual release becomes rare or non-existent, those neurochemical waves diminish. The brain is no longer receiving the natural stimulation it once relied on, and over time, this can lead to what many experience as cognitive fog. You may find yourself forgetting why you entered a room, losing your train of thought mid-sentence, or struggling to recall names that once came easily. These symptoms are often brushed off as just aging, but they may be signs of something more preventable. The absence of regular sexual activity removes a critical trigger that helps maintain healthy neuronal activity and blood flow to the brain. When the brain doesn't receive this boost, it becomes more vulnerable to the effects of chronic stress, poor circulation, and even hormonal imbalance, all of which accelerate cognitive decline. Dr. John Miller, with over 20 years of experience in men's sexual health, emphasizes that this isn't about fantasy or youth. This is about function. Maintaining a regular, healthy relationship with your own body helps preserve your mental sharpness, your sense of identity, and your emotional vitality. It's not simply about avoiding disease. It's about staying mentally agile, emotionally connected, and authentically yourself. In fact, some studies have linked reduced sexual activity in older adults with early signs of dementia and mood disorders. While masturbation alone isn't a cure, it serves as one of the most natural and accessible ways to protect your brain. Regular sexual release helps regulate stress hormones like cortisol, which in excess can damage brain cells and impair memory. It also increases blood flow to key cognitive areas and supports the growth and maintenance of neural pathways. So if you've noticed a decline in focus energy or clarity, it may be time to rethink the role of self-intimacy in your overall health strategy. Caring for your mind means caring for your body, including this often overlooked aspect of it. You deserve to feel like yourself again, focused, sharp, and fully alive. Emotional well-being and sleep are two of the most overlooked pillars of health as men age. Many older adults report feeling emotionally flat, disconnected, or simply numb, believing it's just part of getting older. But often, this emotional decline has less to do with age itself and more to do with the gradual loss of physical intimacy, including with one's own body. Orgasms play a powerful biological role in regulating mood and emotional stability. During sexual release, the body floods the brain with feel-good hormones like dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. These chemicals do more than elevate your mood temporarily. They help maintain a steady emotional baseline, buffer the effects of stress, and foster a sense of connection with oneself and the world. When that source of emotional nourishment is cut off, it doesn't just fade quietly into the background. Over time, the absence of regular sexual release can lead to a creeping sense of dullness, lack of motivation, and even symptoms of low-grade depression. Men often describe this state as feeling like a fog has settled in, or like they're no longer quite themselves. And what's especially troubling is that this emotional decline often coincides with another silent struggle: poor sleep. Deep restorative sleep is essential for mental and physical repair, and yet many older men toss and turn at night, wake up frequently, or feel exhausted even after a full night's rest. What most don't realize is that masturbation can play a key role in resetting the body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Orgasms help signal to the brain and body that it's time to rest by reducing cortisol, the body's main stress hormone, while boosting melatonin, the hormone that promotes sleep. This hormonal shift makes it easier to fall asleep, stay asleep, and enter the deep healing phases of rest that become harder to reach with age. Men who reintroduce regular self-intimacy often report noticeable changes within days, falling asleep faster, waking up less often, and feeling genuinely rested in the morning. But the benefits go beyond the physical. As sleep improves, so does emotional balance. Mood stabilizes, motivation returns, and a renewed sense of vitality begins to emerge. Many describe it as feeling like themselves again, more present, more connected, and more resilient. This isn't about fantasy or chasing youth. It's about using a natural, accessible part of your biology to support the systems that keep you emotionally and mentally strong. Dr. John Miller, with over 2 decades of experience in men's sexual health, has seen firsthand how reclaiming self-intimacy can restore not just sleep, but a man's entire sense of well-being. When you treat this part of your body with the same respect as any other health practice, you unlock a path to deeper emotional clarity and physical recovery. Feeling emotionally alive and sleeping deeply aren't luxuries. They are fundamental to living a full, healthy life at any age. Pelvic health and circulation play a vital role in maintaining independence, dignity, and quality of life as men age, yet these areas are rarely discussed openly. The pelvic floor, a group of muscles located at the base of the pelvis, supports critical functions such as bladder control, bowel movements, and sexual activity. During orgasm, these muscles contract rhythmically, keeping them strong, engaged, and responsive. Regular sexual stimulation, including masturbation, naturally activates these muscles and promotes healthy blood flow throughout the pelvic region. But when intimacy fades and this stimulation is lost over time, the consequences often show up in ways that many men never expect. Pelvic weakness doesn't appear overnight, but it can gradually lead to symptoms that feel confusing and frustrating. Men may begin to experience slight urine leakage when coughing or sneezing, an inability to hold gas comfortably, or a growing sense of pelvic pressure or discomfort when walking or standing. These issues are often dismissed as minor inconveniences at first, but they can quickly erode self-confidence and limit day-to-day freedom. What's worse is that many men suffer in silence, either because they're too embarrassed to bring it up or because they assume it's just an inevitable part of aging. As a result, they may begin avoiding long outings, social events, or even intimate relationships altogether out of fear or shame. These physical issues are not isolated. They often coincide with a decline in sexual function. Erectile challenges, reduced sensitivity, or discomfort during intimacy can emerge when the pelvic muscles are no longer regularly engaged. Without the natural boost of circulation and muscular activity that orgasm provides, the tissues in this region can become less elastic, less oxygenated, and more prone to dysfunction. The longer this goes on, the more difficult it becomes to reverse. Many men begin to retreat emotionally and physically, cutting themselves off from one of the most natural sources of vitality and connection. But it doesn't have to be that way. Dr. John Miller emphasizes that the body is incredibly resilient, even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Reintroducing regular sexual stimulation, even in a private and personal way, can help restore pelvic floor function, improve circulation, and reduce many of the frustrating symptoms that come with pelvic decline. This isn't about performance, it's about function. Engaging your pelvic muscles through orgasm helps keep them toned and active, and improved blood flow delivers essential nutrients and oxygen to support tissue health and nerve function. Reclaiming this part of your body doesn't require medication or complicated interventions. Sometimes it simply requires awareness and the willingness to reconnect with your body in a safe, healthy way. By making pelvic health a priority and not an afterthought, you give yourself the chance to move rest and live with confidence again. Circulation is life, and your pelvic floor is one of the keys to maintaining it. Beyond its effects on sexual health, brain function, and emotional well-being, masturbation offers a range of broader health benefits that many people overlook, especially when it comes to immunity and self-worth. One of the most surprising but scientifically supported effects of regular sexual release is its impact on the immune system. During moments of sexual arousal, and particularly orgasm, the body produces a surge of beneficial biochemicals, including immunoglobulin A, or IgA. This powerful antibody plays a crucial role in defending the body against bacteria and viruses, particularly those affecting the respiratory and digestive systems. At the same time, the body also releases endorphins, which not only reduce pain and elevate mood, but also act as natural immune boosters by reducing systemic inflammation and helping the body recover more quickly from illness. For older adults who may be more vulnerable to infections, maintaining this natural form of immune support could be a valuable part of a broader wellness routine. But just as important, though, often harder to quantify, is the way regular intimate touch supports self-worth and body connection. As people age, it's common to feel a growing distance from one's body. Changes in appearance, function, and physical ability can make someone feel disconnected or even invisible. This disconnection can quietly erode motivation for self-care, leading to poor diet, neglect of physical activity, or diminished interest in social engagement. Regular self-touch, however, can serve as a grounding practice, one that reinforces that your body still matters, that it still responds, and that it's still worthy of attention and care. It reminds the nervous system that you are present, alive, and deserving of feeling good. This connection to oneself often results in renewed interest in grooming, dressing, well, eating better, and moving with intention, all of which contribute to a more vibrant, emotionally grounded experience of aging. Dr. John Miller has seen many patients rediscover their sense of vitality simply by reestablishing a basic connection with their own body. It's not about indulgence, it's about ownership, dignity, and self-respect. When you treat your body as something to be honored rather than ignored, it responds not just physically, but emotionally and energetically. This renewed self-connection supports a positive feedback loop that strengthens both immunity and self-image, helping you age, not just gracefully, but powerfully. In men over 60, sexual self-stimulation is far more than a fleeting source of pleasure. It's a powerful and natural tool that helps protect your health on multiple levels. From maintaining prostate function and boosting mental clarity to supporting emotional balance quality, sleep, pelvic strength, immune resilience, and self-worth, this simple act plays a deeply restorative role in the aging process. When it's neglected, the consequences aren't always immediate, but over time, they can lead to a cascade of physical discomforts and emotional disconnection that many mistakenly accept as just part of getting older. The truth is, it doesn't have to be that way. You're not past your prime. You're still in your body, and it still responds. By reestablishing a relationship with yourself, you can reclaim a sense of vitality, confidence, and peace that many men think they've lost forever. If you found this message helpful or eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe to Ageless Mind and Body. We're here to bring you expert insights, real solutions, and empowering advice to help you thrive at every stage of life. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay connected to your strongest, sharpest, most vibrant self.